welcome back to Cuban with a Twist. Today we're going to make a simple shrimp salad with great ingredients, fresh fruit, tossed herbs, and greens. We're starting off with about 2 pounds of clean and deveined shrimp. Okay, you can see here they're nice and clean. We've rinsed them. We're just going to pour a little bit of olive oil. There we go. Perfect. I've got a little bit of the sea salt that's mixed with the truffle. You can use any type of salt that you prefer. A little bit more of a dash. Some fresh ground pepper. Okay, we got a lemon. Just going to squeeze that all over. Nice. Okay. Mix it all up. Okay, and then I'm going to put a plastic cover on it, put it in the refrigerator, let it chill for about 20 minutes or so while we're making our sauce. Okay, we have right now in our saute pan about 1 tablespoon of butter. You can use margarine or real butter, either one, whatever is your preference. Okay, and our plate, we have some fresh mango, we have some fresh guava, we have 1 tomatillo, some fresh sage, a little habanero pepper, just for a little kick. We're really only going to use a tiny bit of this. This is just for that extra flavor. 2 cloves of garlic, a shallot, and a half a cup of San Marzano tomatoes, okay, which I've already put in the oven and I've started to roast them with a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper, just so we can have things started. Okay? So while this is melting, and you want the butter to cover the pan evenly, we're going to add a tiny bit of olive oil. Sort of like a 50-50 mix. Okay, I've got the shallots chopped and the 2 garlic cloves chopped. We're going to go ahead and throw them into our saute pan and let them cook in temperature. I put this on a really low heat because I don't want the garlic to get bitter. Okay, so I've got it between a 2 and a 3 right now, and that's where we're going to keep it. I pulled out the roasted tomatoes, and we're just going to go ahead and add that. This is a really quick, simple meal, very healthy, very full of vitamins. Fantastic way to finish your day, always on a healthy note. Okay, so I'm just kind of pressing down on the tomato. This is really what I want. And I'm just going to let that simmer. We're going to lower this down to anywhere between a 1 and a 2, and we're going to let it simmer in its sauce. We're going to come over here and we're going to chop up our mango, our guava, and all of the other goods. We're going to start off with our tomatillo because I want it to simmer in with the garlic and the other table. Now, the tomatillo, it really has a very nice flavor, a light kick to it. So I chopped up the tomatillo. I'm going to take just a little slice of the habanero. It's really, ooh, just a tiny bit. In these moments, that's when a little bit really goes a long way. So, chopped up really thin and slice. There you go. Nice and tiny. We're just going to add this to our saute already, okay? And that's going to go ahead and simmer for about 15 minutes or so. While that's simmering, we've got fresh mango. This is probably about a half of a mango. Mangoes right now are in season, just beautiful, naturally sweet. It's just going to really bring a great flavor to this dish. Okay, and then the guava, I don't know if most of you are familiar with this, but it's a very sweet, unique fruit. You can buy it at the grocery store already in a paste, but we're going to try doing it fresh. Now, the inside has little seeds. Okay? So we're going to try to eliminate that. We're going to pull that middle part out. And then I'm going to take the skin that's inside and take it off. Fantastic. It's just a little bit. Chop it up and add it to our mix. top off. And thinly sliced. There we go. Add it to our mix. Fantastic. Now to this sweet mix, we're going to add a little fresh sage. Perfect. Now we're going to walk it over and add it to the... Now that we've got everything in the mix, we've got the fruit, we've got the vegetables, everything's together with the olive oil, the butter, the fresh garlic, and the herbs, we're going to add a little bit of spice. And you really just need to add just a tiny bit to enhance the flavor that's really already there. So I have a little bit of the paprika. It's a sweet paprika. It's nice. It's got a great depth to it. And it's really, really, really going to add some nice flavor. Just a little sprinkle. And really when I say a sprinkle, I want to say just a pinch. It's got a nice, beautiful, deep red color. And we're going to add that in there. Now, I'd like to see some cumin in here. I think the cumin will also bring some depth to the dish. It's got a nice earthy flavor to it. So what I have is a sweet curry mix that has some cumin in it. And I wish you could smell it because really the smell is fantastic. And again, just a pinch. Now I have my shrimp. It's ready to go. So, if you're ready, I'm ready, we're going to toss the shrimp in. And now this is going to cook until the shrimp is completely pink. Very important, you don't want any raw seafood. Take your time. Mix all together. And this will take anywhere from 6 to 10 minutes depending on the strength of your stove. While this is cooking, we're going to go ahead and mix up our herbs and our greens. Alright, everything is put together. We have our shrimp and it's ready to go. So let's toss a little bit of greens and herbs and finish the plate off. Okay, what we have in here is a mix of kale, baby spinach. We have also just some regular romaine. We're going to put it together. We're going to chop up some fresh basil. We have some green onions. We have some mini cucumbers. Just going to throw that in. There we go. Some fresh basil. We're going to take about 3 leaves. Nice and tight. Okay. And I like to put them all together. Sort of like this, roll it up a little bit, snip the bottoms, and then nice and tight. Okay, pick it up and toss it in. Now we're going to keep this very simple because remember our shrimp is in a nice guava mango sauce which is really rich. Okay, so it's just a little bit of olive oil. Okay, a little bit of black pepper, and a tiny pinch of the salt, and mix it around. I say just enough until everything is glistening, which is just right about now. Okay, now we're going to serve this dish 2 separate ways. We're going to serve it over the tossed greens, and we're also going to serve it with a little bit of white rice. So you have 2 options. Both are very healthy. Both are great choices. It's really your option. So we have our white rice. Now this right here is about a 1/2 cup. It's just really nicely domed over using a pretty measuring cup. And we're going to take 2 spoonfuls. We're going to serve it nice and tight. It's 1, 2, very nice. Now I went ahead earlier and I made some Yuca chips. We have a fantastic video which we're going to add the link onto this one. And I'm just going to serve it with some of the Yuca chips to add, you know, some texture, some crispiness to it. Perfect. Now, since this one doesn't have any of the fresh herbs, I'm going to take one basil plant, take a little leaf off, and chop it nice and tight. Snip the bottom, roll it up, there we go. Now, basil is beautiful, not only for garnish, but it really tastes great when you add it to your dishes. So we have a little bit of the basil. Perfect. Now this is one option, which is with the rice, with the shrimp, with the mango and guava. Get that right here. Second option is to take your tossed greens, a nice handful. Let's put a couple of little cucumbers there just to really add some nice texture to this. Again, 2 spoonfuls right over the top, which should give you anywhere between 4 to 5 shrimp. That's a great portion size. Take our guava chips, and we're going to use those as tostones and cover the top. Very nice. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We have our mango guava sauteed shrimp dish. We have it served with white rice or over the mixed greens and herbs. Again, always my pleasure to be here to teach you new dishes. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and find us always on syndicatednews.net.